Hello, sweet friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this chevron blanket tutorial. I am going to have all of the dimensions, the yardage, all of that in the description for you to access there. Let's get started on this blanket. So we are going to start on this chevron blanket. So this one is a recreation of a blanket that my grandparents had in their home. So that's why I picked these colors. But this chevron zigzag stitch is a very common one. I'm just going to show you how I did this one. And I have all of the dimensions and the color changes, color order, and the yarn that I used in the description. So please visit that if you would like any information on those things. If you would like to make this blanket larger or smaller, you are going to adjust your beginning chain by 25 less or 25 more. Each chevron right here, each point is going to be 25 stitches. So if you want to add more points, you just add 25 for each extra point that you want. Or you would, if you want to make it smaller, you subtract 25 for each point that you want to remove. So if you want to adjust the size of this blanket, you are going to adjust your chain that way. For this blanket, it ends up being 11 points and points across. So if you want more or less, just adapt it with either 25 less or more per point that you want to add or subtract. So now let's get started on our stitches and we'll start our blanket. And the yarn that I'm using for this is going to be a medium 4-weight worsted yarn, and the colors that I have for the tan, I am using this 1 pound, and that is in the color Taupe. And then for this variegated color, I am using Country Basket in the Caron Jumbo. So those are the colors I'm using as far as Caron goes. I could not find a peach that was the color that I wanted in a Caron. So I used Big Twist for this peach color because I needed a peach because I recreated a blanket that my grandparents had in their home. So I wanted to make sure that I got the colors that they had in there. So that is why I did Caron, and Big Twist. So this Big Twist is a tiny bit thinner than these. So I would recommend to pick everything that is the same weight. So if you want to go with all Red Heart or all Caron or all Big Twist, I would just stay consistent in that. Unless you do want to match these colors, you could probably find a Caron peach, but they didn't have it at the location I was shopping at. Because you can see it is just a little bit thinner in these spaces, but it still ended up turning out great. You can't really tell that there's a difference there, but just wanted to let you know. And I do have all of these colors listed in the description along with the yardage that I used and the dimension of the blanket. I'm using a 5mm hook, and we are going to start with our chain, and that is going to be 273 for the dimensions that I have for this blanket. After you are all done with your chains, you're going to chain one more, and that's going to be our turning chain. We're going to single crochet 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then in the next chain, we are going to put 3 single crochets in that same chain. So 1, 2, 3 in the same chain. And then we're going to single crochet 11 more. So in the next 11 chains, 1 single crochet in each of those. And these stitch markers that I have was just to help me count. I did a stitch marker every 50 stitches so that I could easily count, make sure I was on track. So they're not there for any reason other than that. But looking at the beginning, we have done 1 point. So we've got 11 single crochets, our top point, which is made up of 3 singles in 1 chain, and then we have our second side, which is 11 single crochets. So each edge is going to be 11. We're going to do that throughout the entire blanket. So now we are going to do so we've got our mountain over here and we've got our valley over here. So the way that we're going to structure that is we're going to skip 2 chains and work in our 3rd chain. And that's going to start another 11 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now you can see we got our peak and our valley, and now we're doing another peak. So we're doing our 3 singles in 1 chain. We've got, I just like to double count as I go, especially with this first row here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we've got our skipped chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then our 3 singles in the next chain. Okay, and then again, we're just doing 11 to get down to our next valley. 2, all right, we are at our valley here. So we are going to do the same thing that we did over here, and that is skipping 2 chains and then working another 11 stitches up the other side. So skipping 2 chains, working in the 3rd, and then doing your 11 up that side. All right, so just want to share the repeat with you that you're going to do all the way across this first row. And this is just a lot of counting. There's no hard stitches, it's just counting. That's the hardest part. So, all right, so what our repeat is going to be is we are doing 11 stitches for going up the peak. Then we're doing 3 singles, 11 down to the valley, skipping 2 chains, 11 stitches up to the peak, 3 singles in 1 stitch, 11 stitches down to the valley, skipping 2 stitches, 11 stitches, and your 3 singles, 11 stitches, skipping 2 chains. So it's just that all the way across the bottom of your blanket. I will meet you when we get to the end and I will give you the next step. All right, so you should end on the last chain here with 11. So you have your last peak and then you work 11 stitches and you should reach your last stitch. Your last chain right there is your last stitch. So then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we are going to skip our first single crochet. And we are going to be working in the back loop only for the entire blanket. So we have our chain 1, skipping our first single crochet and working in the back loop only of our next stitch. So you can see on these stitches, there's a front loop here and a back loop. You can see that little V there, not the front loop, but only the back loop. So we've got 1 single crochet, working in the next stitch, 2, we're going to be working 11. These sides of the chevron are always going to be 11 stitches. So like I said before, it's just a lot of counting, but it's not a hard stitch at all. All right, so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches. And you can see that we are working In the previous row, that 3 single crochet that we did in that one chain, we were working in the first one for our last stitch of the 11 for that side. Now we're going to work in the peak here, and that is in that middle stitch from our 3 singles in that one chain. That is just the middle stitch there that gives that point. So in the back loop only still, we're going to do 3 single crochets. So every peak is going to be 3 single crochets in one stitch, and then every valley is going to be exactly the same too. So I'll show you how to do that one. So we're going to work down this side down to the valley, and that is 11 single crochets again, working only in the back loop. And that is for the rest of the blanket. You'll always be working back loop only. All right, so we are at our valley, and now the next thing that we're going to be doing is skipping 2 stitches. So you can see here, we have the stitch that we worked into. We're skipping these next 2 stitches, and we're working in this stitch. So skip 2, work in the third and in the back loop only. That's going to create our valley. All right, so I've got my 11 stitches for my next side, and you can see how this is pointing up too. That back loop only gives it that nice ridge. So I have my peak that is 3 singles in one stitch, 11 for my side, skipping 2 stitches, 11 for my side. Now I'm at my peak again, and that is just going to be the 3 singles in that one stitch. And that is what you're going to repeat all the way across the next row. And what happens when you get to the end, you are going to have 1 stitch left at the end of your row. So over here, when you get to the end, you're going to have 1 stitch left. So you're going to do your 3 singles in your peak and work 11 stitches, and you'll be left with 1 unworked stitch at the end here. So go ahead and work all the way across with your 3 singles in the peak and skipping 2 in your valleys. I'll show you the valley one more time. Okay, so I have my 11 single crochets in the back loop only for this side, and I'm going to skip over 2 stitches. So I've got 1, 2, work in the back loop only of the third one, and you're creating your valley there. So then you're just going to work your 11, so it's 1 and 2, 3, and just keep doing that all the way across your blanket until you reach the end. And like I said, you will have 1 stitch remaining when you get to the end, and I'll meet you there in just a second. All right, so we are at the end of our row here for our second row. And like I was mentioning, you will have 1 remaining stitch after you complete your 11 single crochets. So you're going to leave that last stitch unworked, and we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then you're just repeating the exact same thing that you did on the previous row. So we are skipping the first stitch and working in the back loop only of that next stitch, and just going all the way across with exactly the same pattern. So we're working 11 stitches in the back loop only for this side, 3 single crochets in the back loop only of the point here, and then we're doing 11 stitches down, skipping 2 stitches, and just working the exact same way that we did in the previous row. And then when you get to the end of this row, you will have 1 remaining stitch. You leave that unworked, and you just continue your rows back and forth like we did with this one. So once we are at the end of row 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, we are going to clip our yarn. I'm going to chain 1 and pull that all the way through that chain and pull that tight. And then that will we will end up sewing that end in, but going to flip it and get our next color and do a slip knot. And I like to do a standing single crochet, but if you want to attach your yarn and chain 1, you can do that as well. But how we're going to do our standing single crochet, we're going to go in the second stitch. So you see our last stitch right there. This is our second stitch in the back loop only. Remember, we're only working in the back loops for the entire blanket. So we have our slip knot on our hook, and then we have a loop that we pulled through our stitch. We're going to wrap around and pull through 2. That is our single crochet. I also hold the tail with my other hand in the back there. So I hold that tight there. And you are all set with your standing single to continue going. And you are just going to continue doing the exact same pattern through the entire blanket. So then for the order of the colors that you do, for my blanket, what I did was I did tan, variegated, peach, variegated, tan, variegated, peach. So it just goes in that. So the variegated is every other row. And then I do a solid color and I just alternate tan, peach, in between the variegated colors. So there is a visual, you can see that for the way that I did the colors. And I will have the yardage that I used in the description, so you can check that out. And also I have the dimensions of this blanket. Thank you so much for joining me for this blanket tutorial. I'm so glad to have had you. I do have a couple pictures of the original in the next few pictures, so if you want to stick around for that, you can check that out to see the comparison of the two. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you find joy in the little things.